What's up, guys? We are here with Jay Muniz. He top 8'd the 5K yesterday at GenCon for Argent Saga and came in 3rd place today in the regional event. We're playing the beautiful Liam Kyte.
Yeah.
We had all of top 8 played Kyte as their spirit for the 5K event at GenCon. I'm not quite sure about the full top 8 for the regional, but you know, you want to get into the deck profile a little bit here, Jay?
Absolutely. So there are a couple of differences from Saturday to Sunday that I can go over.
Yes.
Most of the differences between the two lists were from looking at other people that were playing the list and on my sideboard, which didn't come into consideration Sunday.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be best of 3, but it was best of 1.
Yeah, we ended up doing best of 1 Sunday, so like you kind of had to spice in some of the text to make sure you had that coverage for those decks. And yeah, let's see what you ended up deciding to play.
So we're going to go by color, first units, spells, then augments. So 3 Quorum Squire. It's your 1-drop, it's your search if it gets destroyed. When you use it in conjunction with Liam, he destroys any tower as long as you pitch an augment gear. So
yeah, so what Liam does is once per turn, discard a gear from your hand, target unit gets plus 500. So basically he's turning these 1,000 beers into 1,500, so he's always swinging at towers, breaking them no matter what, and then
Correct.
he just adds back another gear from Liam. So it's actually
just do it all over again.
Super aggro, super nice.
Hit the fire tower, extra value, get another gear,
boom.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
So he is my 1-drop light, 2-drop light, Quorum Phalanx. Guardian, very simple, very straightforward. He's 1,500 2-drop, so he's solid. You never really attack with him. You mostly use him for defensive, so that you stop tempo decks like some of the other decks in top 8. So it's pretty good against tempo control and super aggro, but he can still get in there, so it's just an extra unit that can attack. 3 Raza. You can barely see the card, so I'll explain them. Raza has an arrive effect that says banish gears from your graveyard, and then or expel gears from your graveyard, and special summon a unit from your deck that's a knight, cost equal to what you banished from your deck, from your grave. So you banish 3, you get a 3 cost. You banish 2, you can get Phalanx. You banish 1, you can get whatever. And then I'll show you some of like the best plays later on for it. 2 V or Melchrome Magician. You have 3 or
looks
more.
like Buddha.
Yeah. Little Buddha, it's a pot of greed. You can
3 pot of greed.
Yep.
Yu-Gi-Oh again. Yeah, it's Yu-Gi-Oh turn.
Of course, absolutely. You have 3. You're drawing 2 just for playing a 1,500. So it's one of the best cards in the deck. You don't really want to see 3 because they can clog up, and you always need to see your gears. And they're better attackers for 15 and for a 3 cost. So you only use them for the draw, but the draw is insane. 1 Quorum Blade Master. I was playing him at 2 on Saturday. I ended up cutting 1 for the next card after him. Arrive, just equip any gear that's already in grave. Since you're cycling through them from the beginning with Liam and sending to grave whatever you want, you're fetching what you want in grave, so you set him up for him to do whatever you need him to do when he comes out. And the last edition for the light units that I did yesterday, this was only for today, I just added him, is this guy. Elephant Iskandar or something. You can barely read him. So he's a 10-drop. He is never a 10-drop. He costs less per the number of gears in grave, which means that mid-game, turn 4, turn 5, turn 6, he is a 6-drop, he is a 5-drop, he is a 4-drop. Which means that he is the best 5-drop, the best 4-drop in the game, period.
And his 3rd effect here is absolutely nuts too. Expel a gear equipped to this card. Expel a target unit. There's not many things in the game
that
currently expel at all.
Yep.
And having that, you can expel the Devourment on the Argent Kyte.
It's over.
Lets you get in there deep, and yeah, pretty solid card.
So also he's a destroyer, and when he comes down, you equip 2 gears from grave. So you basically set him up with what you want. Usually you get the Shard Dagger and you get something else, just so you can give him quickness. You're swinging already at towers. And I'll go, once I go in through some of the combos, I'll show a really good play with them.
Okay, so no Grant?
No Brant.
No Brant? Why? Why no Brant?
He's fine, but compared to all the other guys that you play, I think it would plug up a lot if you have him. And there's, for the quickness and his effect, is he only gains the quickness, and the extra is just damage. You don't need more damage. Like, more 15 or more is what you need to break the tower.
So you're just poking. You're just poking with all the guys.
Yeah, there's no reason for you to have it. Freaking, he starts at 25,
yeah,
5.
You can have it.
5,
doesn't matter if
5,
it's 1,000 or 10,000 to you.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's why you don't play him. Like, you could try to make room for him, but then you're taking away from your core strategy, and you never want to do that.
Okay.
All right. So yellow spells, 2 of the Omega Magic. He just gives you 2 Guardians.
Pretty solid.
Yeah, if you have 2 or less towers. You can also use them because these Guardians actually deal damage. So you can activate this during the end phase of your opponent's turn.
That's actually huge. That's poking.
Yeah.
That's free.
And you have 2,000 guys that are already tower breakers with Liam again.
Yeah, and if a lot of the times you'll get yourself to the point where the opponent may have no towers left,
yep.
or in being able to just end phase, here's 2 more 1,000 units that you have to Guardian to try to survive.
Yep.
Pretty huge.
2 Shard Sword Nova. This card is instant removal. It says you can pitch a gear from your hand or the field to destroy a target unit 3 or less. Very important. Again, another play I'll show later is because of this card as well. Alright, supply deal, trade in, view your terms. Discard a gear, draw 2. If
super simple.
There is a card I kind of wish if I ever like make a pure yellow deck instead of splashing green, this card's going at 3. Because everybody loves drawing cards and you're just playing more gears. Because trading is always just insane. 3 Quorum War Room. I think this is the best augment in the deck, period. So all your gears cost 1 less to play. And it has a quick effect where you can exhaust and
honestly,
sacrifice.
This could be the best augment in the entire game at the moment. Well, I guess there's the legendaries, which...
I would still agree that this is better. Because... the 1 cost less actually stacks, so all your 2 cost augment gears become free, and the fact that you can sack it instant speed to equip something from grave makes it so
huge.
they have...
your opponents are kind of sleep. They have to know what you have in your discard the entire game, or that you can catch them with it.
Yep. All right, so now let's go to the actual gears. 2 lands, 3 caliber. So these are your 2-drop gears. They're insane. You can only control 1 of them at a time, but it doesn't matter because you can always sack them to gain an effect and then just re-equip it again. So for example, if you're, let's say you have Quorum, you have this equip, you need to remove a blocker. Let's say they have the Knight token, sack, hit it for 15, tribute, equip it back, sack it again, blocker's gone.
Yeah, so wombo combos.
Yep.
Very strong.
A lot of wombo combos. Your other 2-drop gear, Shining Shard Dagger.
Quickness plus damage.
Quickness plus 500. This thing is insane. And the best thing for anybody that's out there, for example, with the elephant, you equip this to the elephant, you attack. Once you attack, this doesn't matter if it stays on it or not. Once the attack starts, I can sack this immediately to just remove whatever blocker they have.
So is it on their declaration of Guardian too? So like they decide the Guardian, you sack that off and you're hitting the tower no matter what, they can't react to it.
Hitting the tower no matter what, and it already did its job by gaining the quickness. You don't care about the 500.
Wow.
You also
Card's
use
busted.
it with some of the green cards and to finish off games by just putting a 1-drop, paying this for 1 or even 2 sometimes if you don't have the field, and just going straight face. Because again, the 1-drops, even if you don't have another gear, they're 1,500. Again, 15 is the magic number.
Yes.
Break any tower, it doesn't matter. All right, and then the 1-up gears.
The 1-up gears.
Sword, cloak, and shield. Sword and shield are there because you need these to have a search from your 1-drop. They're situational. There's very few times where you would use these for the effects. Mostly so for the discard to be able to pump them for very specific scenarios. Cloak is actually really good. If you know you're going for game, they don't have a Guardian, but they have a bunch of just a bunch of shards open. Cannot be targeted by cells.
So that means they
GG. No duck strike. No nothing. Okay, I'm going in. Doesn't matter what you have in your hand.
Ancient Serpent's Breath.
Yep. Sorry, buddy. Ain't happening. And again, these cards. Let's say you attack the Ancient Serpent Breath. You go ahead, sack, equip that. Cannot target it. Sorry. All right.
Now we are into the green cards for the deck.
So green, 3 engineer. Again, 1 drop, 1K, 15 magic number with Liam. Liam can boost up any unit. It doesn't have to be a knight. So I can boost this to
huge.
15.
It doesn't have to be a knight?
Yep,
Wow.
does not have to be a knight. There's a couple of just quirky plays where you can attack, kite him back to hand, drop him back, shard dagger it, swing again.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
And it's coming clutch, especially for closing games when they think you're out of units to attack. Because it's a 1 drop and you're standing 1, you're literally getting another chance to attack as long as you have the dagger. Let me take these out of here. Rest of the green lineup, 3 Sandsea Traveler.
I feel like that's probably the most splash card for green that I've seen this weekend, outside of our Lord Sylvia that I'm sure you're going to show in a couple of seconds. But
Maybe.
yeah, Skyship Engineer caught me a little off guard. I didn't really think of the utility for beating into towers, and especially with Liam being able to bump it up is just absolutely nuts. That's taking towers for sure. That combo you showed is nuts. But yeah, Sandsea Traveler, whenever it attacks, being able to get that shard back, just letting you keep your combos going, very, very strong.
So let's say you have a quorum war room. You could be at, let's say you have 3. Let's say you've played other things. So you drop him, swing, you have the 1, bring him back, use this, give him quickness, swing again, kite, get it back, play it again, play something else.
Crazy.
There's so many plays when it comes to green and kite, as long as you don't flip him over, that it just gives you a lot of utility.
One of your explanations when we talked a little bit about this deck, I actually played red-green, and you explained it as being kind of like red-green, not as aggro, but the toolbox that you have with this deck is absolutely insane. You've showed all these little niche little plays that you can do, all these power plays, and yeah, man, the deck looks really strong overall. So what are those last few green cards?
So last 2 green cards, I do not play Sylvia in the main. Sylvia's in my side.
Sylvia in the side deck.
But I do play the Hawk.
The Hawk.
So this is another card that I changed from Saturday to Sunday. I was playing the 1 copy, and I was playing a card called Command Center, Sky 3 Command Center, which gains counters whenever you bounce back. So if you get this play going, you basically get free unit summons whenever, because it's an instant, and then you can summon at the end of your opponent's turn, or you can summon right there when you're battling and again get something quickness. But I took those out for consistency issues, because I was only playing the 1, and if you didn't see it or if you saw it too late, it was pointless. So what I did is that I moved it to 2 Hawks.
So quick question, why Sylvia in the side deck versus the main deck? A lot of people just see Sylvia as the kind of card that is just so dang good that why not play it all the time if you're playing green?
Because every single turn that I attack, I'm trying to go for a game. I'm going for towers.
Super aggressive.
Correct. Sylvia's great for
more
board control. Yes. Sylvia's more board control. You're trying to...
What do you side it into?
The only things that I sided into, honestly, is versus control deck. So I can just... If they got that board presence that I cannot break, then you would use Sylvia to break it. Sylvia does not target.
It does not
Sylvia
target.
does not target. Sylvia can get rid of the Juggernaut. Sylvia can get rid of anything that gives them untargetable. That's the only time where I would side her in.
Sylvia's absolutely nuts.
Sylvia's really good on my side deck.
Yeah, on your side.
3 drop, 15, it still does what I want. You're still getting rid of 2 blockers. That's 2 Guardians less that they have.
Okay, so I think that's the whole deck there, right? What's the one last card in your
card.
hand? Oh yeah, the one
Twilight Knight.
The one last card here. The Twilight Knight. Why the Twilight Knight in this? Just Guardians using it against the...
It's a great card, but people forget he's a knight. Which means that after you play whatever you want to play, you have 6 engraved. So you can drop a Raza, remove them all, play them for free from your deck. Automatically.
Wait a second. What does this card do?
Yep.
Read it. Explain
right.
it.
It says, arrive. Expel any number of gears from your discard zone. Put into play a knight unit from your deck, plus equal to your gear.
crap, that's good.
So you can just banish 6.
I did not know that man was a...
Yep. He's a knight.
Wow.
Just straight up grab him, remove the guardian.
The final push there is gross with Iskandar being able to equip 2, expel 2 things, give him quickness, pop a guard. Oh my god, disgusting.
So turn 7,
gross.
in my top 8 matchup versus Ryan Valentino, this was turn 7. He dropped the Iskandar for 4 because he has 6 in his grave. He did his play with Iskandar. I had 1 tower remaining, and he just went for the last 3 standing shards, drop Rasa, bring this out, end me right there. And just used all his resources to end me that game. That's the kind of power that this deck has. You never want to draw him, because if you draw him, then
he's dead.
So Rasa loses a lot of its utility if you draw him. But honestly, I love seeing this card in my first hand because I immediately mulligan it away, so I can guarantee that I will not draw it at least for the first couple games.
One last question before we cut this here. What is your Irgon Kyte matchup looking like? Why is this kind of like your reaction to thinking that that's going to be played? It looks very aggressive.
It's very aggressive, and it keeps everything off the board, so you take away from their control aspect. They always need, the thing with Argent, for Argent to get going and get the resources back and play what they need to do that turn 5 to turn 6. Like anything before turn 5 to turn 6, what they're putting on the board doesn't matter.
Yeah, once you're turn 6 plus against Irgon Kyte, you pretty much lost.
I can get rid of your Garhound, I can get rid of your little guys that don't care about them, but by that time you're gonna be so behind that I'm just gonna cheese a unit in and just finish you by turn 6, turn 7. Yep. Most games ended turn 5, turn 6.
Wow. So okay, thank you very much, Jay, for the deck profile.
No problem.
Appreciate it. Make sure you guys sub up to the YouTube channel. We're gonna have more deck lists, more great content for you. Also hop in the Discord. I'm gonna be doing some untapped tournaments, cash prizes, free entry. Hop on in there, guys. Thank you very much, Jay.
One more thing.
One more thing.
I do have to shout out Ryan Valentino because the main changes I did from Saturday to Sunday were after I played with him and he completely trashed me with him.
Ryan Valentino played the same deck.
Same list Saturday, yeah.
On Saturday, and he came in 2nd place, correct?
He lost to the person that won the event in top 4.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Have a good one.
All right.